Hi, I'm George Saylor of the L.D. Fargo Public Library in beautiful downtown Lake Mills, Wisconsin. And if you think about cheerleaders in film and television, cliches abound. They're always the queens of high school. They're on top of the social order, and they enforce the rules strictly and cruelly. There's an image you might have in your head of them walking down the high school corridor, kind of like a flying wedge, wearing their cheer uniforms, skirts and sweaters, holding their books up or just kind of strutting. Sometimes they don't even carry books in the movies. They're so cool they don't actually seem to go to class. But oftentimes in movies and television, it's either played for humor or it's played for kind of teen drama. They're the bad guy who gets their comeuppance. But oftentimes you don't see it in a crime novel. And that's what Megan Abbott does in her most recent book, Dare Me, came out this past July. She takes a suburban New Jersey high school. Two main characters are Beth and Addy. Everything is narrated from Addy's point of view. And they're juniors in high school. And they've been best friends since elementary school. And they've been heads of the cheer squad since then as well. And their old coach retires and moves to Florida, and a new coach is hired. A 27-year-old who's very fit and icy cold. And the old coach wasn't very demanding. They did some tumbling and some jumping around, but mainly what they were was actual, literally, cheerleaders. They were just supposed to yell at the crowd. And the new coach is much more demanding and much more strict. Addy is enamored with the new coach. She loves her. She wants to hang out with her. She wants to be her best friend. And Beth doesn't like this. Beth is Addy's best friend. And Beth doesn't like the fact that she's been cheer team captain for years, and the new coach has done away with that position. There's no captain. And so Beth, who never backs down from anything, is up against the new coach, who isn't going to back down to a 17-year-old girl. And there's a bit of a conflict there, and conflict between Beth and Addy. Abbott takes this and inserts in a few other characters, and has a crime scene come up. And Addy, who's been hanging out with Coach, and Coach is not a good role model. There's a lot of absent parents and bad parenting, and Coach is not much better. She invites the cheer group over to her house and gives them wine and other booze, and the girls are all popping pills and staying out late and driving drunk. And Coach needs help, and she invites Addy over to a crime scene. And Addy gets stuck in and worried about what her connection is going to be with this crime. Is she going to be an accessory after the fact? And is Coach lying to her? And is Beth lying to her? And her other cheermates, cheer team members lying to her as well. And what's more, Addy is not a very reliable narrator. She doesn't really recognize what's going on or refuses to recognize it. And so you take kind of the fluffy cheerleader angle and you stick it in kind of a noir setting, wherever you want to define noir, but it's kind of dark, it's tense. At one point I actually stopped reading about a quarter of the way through because I was really getting drawn into Abbott's writing. She's very good at creating these characters, especially these girl characters who I'd never be able to really identify with before, and you kind of understand what's going on. And I get in there and I know something bad's going to happen, and I don't want to read it, but push through that, and it's really a fantastic novel. Abbott just does a really good job. I've recommended her books before, but read it, try it out. There's some revelations that you kind of see coming and some that you don't. Dare Me by Megan Abbott. It's available here at the library. We should have an audio copy soon if we don't have one already. I'm George Saylor of the L.D. Fargo Public Library in beautiful downtown Lake Mills, Wisconsin, and that's what's dream.